whoever receives, so be as a child and be a servant. If anyone wishes to be first, shall be a servant of all. And not just out of curiosity, just received an email here in which they asked us to pray for the people in Nigeria, northern Nigeria. There has been quite a bit of violence, and of course 178 people were killed in this place in Kano. And some of our Claretian priests are there in that area, so they had to go and hide for safety. So they're asking us to pray for their safety and for peace in the northern part of Nigeria. And then at the end, the one who sends it says, servant, rock. Just what the gospel says right here, servant. Very nice. Thank you. Asking for that prayer for all throughout the world, for all the Claretians. So it is and how the Lord sends us so many of those servants. One of them is Saint Angela, Marici, and how let's see what times in our history does the Lord send her. He says she died in 1540 at Brescia. So you're thinking of the Protestant Reformation. We're losing 10 million Catholics. We're talking about the big changes, the Council of Trent and all that. So, but she was orphaned at 10 years of age. But then founders of the Ursulines, Ursa means bear, so they're the little bears. That's what Ursulines means. The Ursulines, the first teaching order, especially for poor young girls, sought re-evangelization of families through the education of future wives and mothers. Isn't that beautiful? So we have her as a great example during this time, which there's so much difficulties, decay, ruin, etc., and yet the Lord is keeping raising many of these great saints during this time. You have Saint Teresa of Avila, you have John of the Cross, you have Saint Charles Borromeo. And you wonder, how can a lot of these difficulties produce saints? Yeah, it does. God does. And so when we were saying, young men and women praise the name of the Lord, here they are. They're appearing in our history. But then not too long ago, on December 28th, we had the Holy Innocents, and we had not just young men and women. No, these were infants who were praising the Lord. So even without even knowing, we may be giving praise to God. Somehow or other, God takes that for us. So we'll continue then with the sacred liturgy, and may the Lord take us as a child, place us in the midst of the whole church, and putting His arms around us. He says, whoever receives one child such as this in my name receives me. And before that, I don't know if you noticed that when the disciples asked them who was the greatest, Jesus sat down, called the 12 around them and said, now that sitting down is not a physical thing. No, it is a moment of great teaching. Like when he does the Beatitudes, also he sits down. In other words, he is in his cathedra teaching. So he sat down, called the 12, and said to them. So this is a very important teaching. Let us then continue to ask the Lord to feed us, so that we may have the strength to do and be like a servant of all.